Hello there! Right, next video. I'm showing you in a sequence of video series to how to build a helmet from a 3D printed kit from scratch to finished helmet. The last video was how to prep your helmet, very important, make sure you prep it. This one is how to fill it and get it smooth, super smooth, but not too smooth, just very super smooth. No, too smooth, you want it too smooth. I need to make a correction because you know I said hold the cheeks while you're sanding it so they don't snap. I didn't do that, so mine snapped a little bit. Just a tiny little split there. So first we will address that. I'm an idiot. Get yourself some super glue. Right, you see these little splitty bits on the top? That's not good, it just sometimes happens. UV 3D printer resin is a really good product to use as your filling agent to fill in all these little 3D printer lines. We have sanded it smooth, it's got a good key, but now we're going to fill it. So I'm going to use UV resin, but because it's a liquid and it only hardens if UV light is shone onto it, if it drips inside this helmet, you'll never get it out, mate. It'll never cure, it'll never harden. And then once you paint it, it will just leak out of it somewhere, and it'll continue to leak out of it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And you'll be like, why did I do that? Why didn't I just fill those holes? So that's what we're going to do here. So before we even get to the 3D printer resin, the main overall smoothing process, we're going to fill these bad boys. And what I'm going to use is a sort of heavy duty product, which is car body filler. This stuff. So this is called, what's it called? U-Pole Smooth Body Filler, Deep Repairs. I buy it in a big tin like this because obviously I use quite a lot of it. You could use more of a pinhole filler like this, the really clean one that you can't even read the label of. This is called Lechler Spatter Rapid 1K Stopper. If you're in America, you will be familiar with Bondo Spot and glazing putty. It's exactly the same. We can't get that stuff here, we can get this stuff here. Same stuff. But the pinhole filler stuff, and I'll talk about more about this later, only fills a depth of about 3mm. Anything deeper than that and it just won't ever harden, just like the UV resin, right? So that's when you want to move on to the more heavy duty stuff. You can use this, you may be asking, why didn't you just use it all over the helmet? Well, you can do, but it's a bit sloppy Joe, mate. It's a bit like, you'll see in a sec, that you don't have a lot of control of it. It's heavy duty stuff. It's really good for filling big whacking holes like that. It's not so good for more of a refined look. You're just making work for yourself. If you use it efficiently, you improve life for yourself. It's heavy duty stuff. It's just you can go much thicker than 3mm depth. It's a deeper product. It's deeper. It has a deeper effect, like psychology or something else. So here we go. Right, you need to mix it up. So you've got your main compound. It's called this is a 2K product, which means it has two elements to make it work. One's soft, one's a hardener. This is your hardener. Right, whack the lid off. Here we go. I don't have my scraper thing because I lent this to my sister and she never gave me it back because that's what sisters do, isn't it? Anyway, this stuff dries really quickly, so you don't want to mix too much of it at once because by the time you get to it, it'll have already hardened and you've wasted loads of product. So I mix round about the size of a golf ball, mate. Golf ball. About that much, right? Right? Slop it on your bit of cardboard. Wang this out of the way, you don't need it anymore. It's just in the way. Get rid of it. Then you get your hardener. The ratio, general ratio for car body filler is if it's the size of a golf ball, you want to use the hardener of round about the size of a pea. That's the ratio. I go round about the size of a pea, and then a little bit more, just a touch. Ooh. Then you want to mix it all up really good and proper. Don't skip this stage. Don't just mix it and think you're done. Keep on mixing it because I was teaching someone how to build a helmet. My mate, I've got no names mentioned, and she didn't mix it correctly. Technically, it was my fault because I didn't tell her to. Or I didn't keep my eye on her, and she mixed it and slopped it on, and she didn't mix it properly enough, so it never hardened. It took like 4 months or something, and it's all gloopy and horrible. You can't sand it, you can't harden it. I kept just rubbing hardener on it to hope for the best. It's a completely disaster. May as well just start again. So make sure it's properly mixed. If you're still seeing pink bits, it's not mixed properly. Get all the edge bits, all the top bits, all these bits. Oh, did I forget these bits? Mix it all in like you're making a pancake, right? Mix, 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 mix. Don't mix for too long though, because then it'll start setting. Everything is a fine balance in life. Right, once you've mixed it, I've just been mixing it for about 1 minute here. We're all good, it's ready to go on. Right, you can use your application thingy. This is just a bit of raft from a 3D print that I use. But you don't have much control, do you? Better to use your fingers. If you can, wear gloves. I don't have any gloves because I'm from Yorkshire. Definitely don't get this stuff on your fingers, because I did that once and I thought it'd be fine, and it wasn't fine. I was literally filming videos of me going, oh, I've stuck my hands together with car body filler, and then it hardened, and then I couldn't physically move my fingers to break it, and I got really scared. It took me about 4 days to get that off my hands. If you don't have any gloves, just use a carrier bag. Double bag, mate. Right, grab it, get some slop, stick it on your helmet, in all the gaps. Don't worry about how even it is on yet, just get in the holes. Right, technically we've filled the only holes on this helmet, but I've mixed a big batch up, so we may as well use it. Because these ridgy bits, over the whole helmet we're going to do about 2 to 3 layers of UV resin, right? But because they're generally already pretty smooth, but the top is right rigid, right, and the bottom. So that won't take 3 layers of UV resin, it'll take about 10. Rather than that, why don't we just use this stuff that we've already mixed up, may as well, mate, on all the jaggedy bits. Easy. So, grab it, stick it all on the top of the dome, spread it all over. You don't want to go crazy because this stuff is quite thick and it's quite hard to sand. That's why you don't put it all over the helmet. And you can see it's all like sloppy Joe. It's very hard to get a perfectly even layer of this stuff. For now, just move quickly and get it on the helmet and the bits that you want. Right, then, once it's all sloppy on, try and just refine it a bit, smooth it out. You're never going to get it perfect. There, done. Right, you remember these ridgy bits that I couldn't get to with the soldering iron? Use this, mate, use this. One. You have to be a little bit more careful, because otherwise you're going to get it everywhere. And that's okay, but just be prepared that you're going to have to sand it off. So this is filling in all those jaggedy ridgy bits, so that when we come to sand it, it will be even and flat. See that? Compared to that. Can you see that? Can you see it? It's hard on camera, they're a bit small, but I can see them, I know they're there. Right, I've done that. I'm going to get rid of my excess now as much as I can, just go like this. Just helping myself out for when I come to sand it off. Same thing on the underside of the helmet. See, we smoothed it as much as we could with a soldering iron without melting through it. Then just use this stuff. I'm going to do these videos in stages, even the filling method, because there's a few different stages to it, and I don't want these videos to be too long or for people to get bored. I want them to be sharp, fast, quick, efficient. There's a few different stages to the filling method, so check out the next one. And if you've enjoyed this one, please give it a like, please comment below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want your own helmet kit, jump on my website, jeddahworkshop.co.uk. The description is in the below description. The things in that thing, just go and check it out. All right, namaste, this is the way. Peace.